everybody, this is your class while I'm away in Queensland. Come into standing and pop your feet in parallel. Enjoy doing it from the comfort of your own home. And just check that your feet are a hips distance apart. So while you're standing there, connect your feet into the ground. Check your knees are off lock, and now start to press your feet into the ground, lengthening your tail towards the floor and crown towards the ceiling. Taking a breath in through the nose, you're going to rise to your toes, lengthen your arms up by your ears, and then as you exhale, the heels can come down, leave the arms out there. Interlace your fingers, press your palms to the ceiling. Let's start with a stretch. 3 breaths. Breathing into the sides and back of your ribs. Exhale, pressing the palms to the ceiling, pressing the feet into the ground, lengthen through front body, back body and side bodies. Inhale through the nose, feeling your breath. Open your rib cage laterally, and then exhale, allow the breath to come out over the lips. It helps relax your neck muscles. 1 more. Inhale. Breathe out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Let your arms come down slowly. Allow your chin to roll into the chest. Roll yourself down 1 vertebra at a time. Breath in at the bottom. Breathe out. Draw the belly back. Press into the heels and roll yourself back up. Take the arms out wide. Lengthen the arms up. Breathe in and dive the hands down, and again rolling down, curving through the back. Let the arms release. Let the neck release, and exhale again. Scoop the belly out. Press through the feet and stack each vertebra 1 at a time. Arms out in front. Rise. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull the arms down by your sides, and imagine you have to pull them through resistance like water. Rolling down 1 bone at a time. Rolling up 1 vertebra at a time. Arms out wide, lengthen up, and again dive the hands down, and again lengthen up and over with your torso as if you have to take your body over a little barbed wire fence. Exhale, roll back up, making a little C shape through the back. Arms back out in front. Rise, stay on your toes. 3 more. Rolling down, lengthening out of the crown. Again, up and over like an imaginary little barbed wire fence. Scoop the tummy out. Let the arms come up by your ears, lengthen up and pull the arms down through that imaginary resistance. Last 2. Rolling down. Releasing through the arms, releasing through the neck, working through your big toe knuckle. Arms out wide. Lengthen up. Dive the hands down. Last 1. Drawing the lower belly tissue back into the back of the waist as you come up. Lengthen the arms up, lower the heels, stretch the arms wide. So rotating the arm back, thinking of the elbow creases like eyes. You want to face them to the ceiling and then turn them towards the wall behind. Thumbs are reaching back. Breathing in and then exhale, opening the chest, pressing the pelvis forward, lifting your chest and gaze towards the wall in front or ceiling, whatever's available. Exhale, open. 1 more, breath in and exhale. Let the arms come down slowly, perhaps noticing some sensations through the arms, and then walk to the end of your mat and we'll roll down to all 4s. Breath in, breathe out again, rolling down, imagining you're peeling your spine off a wall behind, letting the arms go loose, release the neck. So when you get upside down, it's like you're a rag doll. Bend your knees as much as you need it. Walk out to all 4s. Come to 4-point kneeling. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Hands shoulder width apart, knees hips distance apart. Press the ground away through the arms, through shins and tops of the feet. As you breathe in, bring your gaze and chest forward and up, and tail lift it to the ceiling and lengthen your spine. As you breathe out, tuck the tail first, draw the belly button back into the waist and round through your back as you curl and look in. Inhale, start with the tail as you move it up towards the ceiling, tipping your pelvis forward. Like a little ripple up the back, the last thing will be the gaze will lift up to the wall in front. Breath out, tail tucks and pelvis tips backwards. Again, think of it like a ripple up the back and gaze the last thing to come in. Inhale, lengthen out, open across the front of your shoulders to let your chest come through. and exhale, curl yourself in, work into the back of the waist when you curl in. Inhale, work into the thoracic spine, lengthening it to cow. Last two, exhale, move with your own breath pattern. Continue to press the ground away through your contact points. Last one, exhale, curl in, and then come to neutral. Continue to press through the pinky side of the finger to lift out of your shoulders. We're going to take the right arm and left leg and slide them along the ground as far as we can. Lengthen and lift them. Hold there. Breath in and exhale, lengthen. Aim to have shoulders and hips square. Keep drawing in and up through the pelvic floor so that you zip up from your pubic bone to your belly button. Breathe in, let's return those limbs and lengthen the left arm and right leg away. As you exhale, lengthen through fingertips and toes, but continue to draw the shoulder blade away from your ear. Last exhale, again zip up, pubic bone to belly button, return back in. Same arm and same leg, so move away onto the hand and knee furthest from your screen and lengthen. Turning towards the screen, bring your top arm and leg into horizontal plane and then open your chest, open the pelvis. Square up to the floor and return that hand and knee down. Check the hand and knee that returns to the ground is in line with each other like they're on imaginary train tracks. Lengthen the other side, pressing the ground away. As you come into star, roll the top thigh bone back. When you return to square up to the ground, roll the top thigh bone back in. Inhale, return to the ground. Exhale, lengthen, lifting the underneath waist, finding the underneath side of the body, the stabilizing side. And continue to lengthen your top arm and leg into that horizontal plane like you're trying to reach to the side walls of your room through your fingers and your toes. So that lengthening of the top limbs is to find that tensegrity to help find your balance in your star. Last one, breathing out as you shift the weight to the weight-bearing side and lengthen through the top side of the body. And then come back down. Bring your knees and ankles together. Sit back to your child pose, arms straight or bent. Take a breath in to the whole of your back, and then as you exhale, soften. 2 more breaths. A full breath in, thinking of doming the whole back, and then exhale. Last one, breathe in, and then exhale, just soften as you breathe out. So moving yourself into seated. You may want to sit on a towel, have your feet about as wide as your mat, toes towards the ceiling, hold behind the thighs and use the hands to pull the pelvis forward. So you have your pelvis in neutral, you're up on top of the sit bones. You're going to avoid letting yourself tuck your tail under and roll back. And by holding the back of the legs, it's to help check that you have pulled the pelvis forward. If it's a bit tight in the back of the legs, just bend your knees. Let's come to spine stretch, reach the arms out, hands just below the shoulders and checking our shoulders are not up towards our ears, but rather we're sliding the shoulder blades down the back and we're staying wide across our collarbones. As you breathe in, press into the ground through your contact points to lengthen yourself up. Again, check shoulders are down and exhale, bob the chin to the chest. Curve the upper back and then really draw the belly button back into the waist as if somebody is gently pulling your waist back while you're lengthening your fingers forward. Hands are at shoulder height still. As you inhale, slowly uncurl, lengthening to come into a tall sitting position. So imagine there is a wall behind you, so as you exhale you peel your spine off that wall, but you keep the back of the waist into that imaginary wall behind, and as you inhale you peel your spine back up that wall. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out. As you curl your upper back, think of a lifting from underneath the ribs, so you're lengthening out of your pelvis. inhale, growing taller and taller and taller as you stack each vertebra one at a time on top of each other. Last two, exhale, lifting the ribs out of the pelvis so you're lengthening your spine up and over this imaginary kind of beach ball under your tummy. Inhale, lengthen back up, press into the ground so that you can lengthen up and over. Last one. Closing the front of the ribs in and doming the back of the ribs. Last one, inhale, growing up nice and tall. Take the arms out so that you've made a T with your arms. So just take your hands are in line with your shoulders, not behind your shoulders. Bring the feet in together and you can squeeze the sides of the feet together. You can flex your feet if you want more stretch through the back, and again, you may want to bend your knees here. As you inhale again, press into the ground to lift. Exhale, rotate to the right, keeping the hands in line with the shoulders. Inhale through the center, exhale, rotate to the left. Imagine here as you do your twist that from waist down, you are in concrete, so nothing moves. Everything from waist up is your rotation, and with your arms, you imagine you hold a broomstick. So rather than pulling that front arm across as you come round, it's the rib cage that is leading the way, the arms are following. A little bit like the arms on the heels hoist. Last one, press out through the foot on the side you're rotating to. So if you press through the heel of the foot that you're rotating to, that'll check that you're not shifting through your pelvis. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. Take the feet back about mat width, or you could go wider. It's a little bit more rotation, a little bit more stretch into saw if you go wider, so you can adjust accordingly for your own practice. Hands, bring them onto the ground and check again, they're in line with your shoulders. And then again, press into the ground to lift and lengthen. So think of your ribs getting lifted out of your pelvis. And then as the arms come off the floor, feel that you lift from these muscles at the back of the armpits rather than lift up from the top of the shoulder, the traps. So inhale, grow tall. Exhale, rotate to the right. Bring the left arm across, glide forward and look to the backhand for saw. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate to the left, right arm crosses your midline and you look to that backhand. So you can take that hand a little higher. Inhale, lift. Exhale, the ribs lead the way. And then as you glide forward, you want to make sure that you're keeping your sit bones plugged into the ground so that you again are anchoring down your pelvis, pinning that pelvis into the ground, and you work again out of your way. So find the lift. Twist, see if you've got a little bit more twist before you glide forwards. Pause when you come around to the right, hold, and then take the hand behind where you could just lift that arm up and stretch back, or you can press up into your wild thing and breathe into lower. Exhale, rotate left, glide forward, and again choose the option that you prefer. Lower down. Rotate, glide forward, and again, as you press up, if you've chosen wild thing, make sure that you feel the pelvis is getting pressed towards the ceiling by using the back line so that you press your heels into the ground, last one on each side, and you feel that you're wrapping and squeezing the glutes to help lift the pelvis towards the ceiling. So you're not just feeling that you're taking it all into the arm. Bring your legs into diamond shape. Soles of the feet together, grow tall, and then you can press the soles of the feet together to open the knees if you want a little more stretch. But focus more on, again, the press into the ground, like you want to press away from the ground to come up tall. Keep the collarbones wide, and if you wanted to deepen the stretch, move forward from the hips. So it's not a rounding of the back, it's keeping a long spine. So you want to keep that length from tail to crown. Think of your back nice and flat like an ironing board. So then moving from there, holding the back of your knees, feet are hips distance apart, holding the legs to again lift yourself up tall, just rolling down. So just make sure that you've got plenty of room behind you to roll down. So up on the sit bones, and then stay on the sit bones, take the arms out in front, breathe in. Now as you exhale, you're going to roll back off the sit bones, tuck your tail under, and really think about belly button drawing back into the waist. So as you roll down slowly, one bone at a time, you want to really draw the back of your waist into the ground. And then again, one bone at a time, and then bottom rib, and slowly all the way up until head comes down last. Leave the arms up at the vertical and move your feet in probably a little closer so they're about hips distance apart. Rest your arms down by your sides. Allow your back body to soften. Check you can feel all of your feet are pressing into the ground the same as you would feel if you were standing. And then we'll go into our bridging. So check there is a light lengthening in the back of your neck. The collarbones are open. And just again, allow all the contact points to soften. Bring your focus to your abdominals as you take a breath in, feeling your tummy rise. As you breathe out, you draw the pelvic floor in and up, closing the ribs, feeling your waist narrowing, but not feeling that the pelvis is rolling forwards or backwards. Feeling that you are maintaining that little bit of air under the back of the waist, so the spine and the pelvis have stayed quiet. And then just let go of everything and let everything soften again. So you want to feel nice and open across the collarbones. So this is allowing you to open your chest, which will assist you with your breathing as well. So again, bring the focus down into the lower abdominals and take a breath in. Breathe out, drawing the pelvic floor in and up. Keep it drawing up like there's an energy that's traveling all the way up your spine. Ribs closed, waist narrow, so that energy is coming up because you're wanting to lengthen your spine out through your crown. And then release. Relax, recover. So let's go into our bridge now. So breath in as your preparatory breath. Exhale to engage the core to roll the pelvis back. So you now want to wrap and squeeze the glutes into the back of the legs. And then as you lift the hips up, press the feet into the ground. So make sure when you get to the top, just check that your knees haven't splayed. You've kept your knees in line with your hips and shoulders. Both arms will arc back on the breath in. And then on the exhale, you'll engage the core to roll down from the top of the spine whilst lengthening through your little fingers to the wall behind and lengthening your spine down the mat. Let the arms return. Breath in. Breathe out, engage the core, roll the pelvis back, peel the spine away so you're articulating the spine. Feel at the top when you lift the arms, the support is there from your glutes, holding your pelvis in space. Inhale, lengthen your arms back. And exhale, engage the core, rolling down. You can also lengthen through your crown, so you lengthen your whole spine down along the mat. So one more, return the arms down. Check again, the feet are in the right position. Breathe in and exhale, rolling up. Keep your alignment. Inhale, lengthen your arms back, and exhale, rolling down. Keeping the length through the back of the neck. Release at the bottom and bring the arms down. So if you're not wanting to add on, you could continue doing that option. Otherwise, we'll go to shoulder bridge. So arms will press into the ground. Breath in, exhale again, roll into your bridge. Hold your bridge at the top. You can do shoulder bridge with your arms on the ground. You're going to press the arms in the ground, keep your fingers lengthening from your ears. So then you engage your lats to help again support you. Or if you want more challenge, just take the arms up. So if you press into the left foot and really squeeze the left glute, that's your weight-bearing side to bring the right knee and extend that leg up. Keep lengthening through the toes as you breathe in, and exhale, keep lengthening through the toes, keep the leg lengthening as you go down. Flex the foot, inhale up. Exhale, lengthen lower, inhale up. 3. Exhale down, 4. Last 4, maintain the alignment. Last 3, 2 to go, even weight under both shoulder blades. Last 1. Let's hold that leg up, turn the knee and foot out, drawing circles on the ceiling. So the middle of the circle is where your hip is, coming into the pelvis. 3, keep the knee and foot turned out. 4, exhale 5. One more 6, squeeze the inner thighs, you return to the center. Pause at the top and reverse. Exhale, 2, 3, keep the leg lengthening, 4, and last 2, like you're trying to reach your toes to the ceiling. Finish at the top, return that foot to the ground into the same footprint. Press the right foot into the ground, squeeze the right glute, so then that's the weight bearing side to bring the left knee in, extend that leg up, keep lengthening. Breath in, exhale, lengthen lower, flex, inhale up. Exhale, lengthen lower, inhale up. Maintain your pelvis nice and level. Exhale 4, and last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold the leg up, turn the knee and foot out, circles. Breath out as the leg moves out to the side. Breath in as you come to the center. 3, exhale 4, and 2 more. Last one, nice work, and reverse. 6, lengthening, 4 to go. Last 3, nice round, smooth, plump circles. Last 1. And again, bend that knee, return that foot to the ground, check the hips are level. You might press the hips up a little higher. Keep the shoulders grounded, you don't want to be on your neck. Lengthen the arms back on the breath in, and exhale, roll all the way down. Interlace the fingers, slide your hands underneath your head. Draw one knee into your chest and lengthen your left leg down the mat. Flex that left foot. Breathe in, and then as you exhale, switch the legs. Point the left foot, bring the left knee in, flex the right foot and lengthen that down onto the ground. Breathe in, and then exhale, switch. Breathe in, exhale, switch. Breath in, exhale, switch. That's a little bit like rubbing your head and patting your tummy. Flex the foot down, point the toe that's bent knee. Okay, let's pause here, and you could leave your head on the ground for single leg stretch. Breath in, exhale, curl yourself up. Lengthen the right leg so both toes can point now. Breathe in, exhale, switch. Right knee in, lengthen the left one. Exhale, left knee in, lengthen the right one. Keep your alignment. Breath out, support the head with the hands. Soften the breastbone to lift the chest. Keep the shoulders sliding away from the ears to support you in the chest lift. So you're not pulling on the head or neck. Reach through that big toe of the leg that lengthens like you're trying to reach a button that's 1 more centimetre away. And exhale, can you lift your chest a little higher as you breathe out? Last one. Hold. Rotate towards the left knee into crisscross. Inhale, exhale, maintain the back of the pelvis anchored down. Exhale, you rotate to the bent knee. The opposite leg, which is lengthening, is anchoring that hip. Remember, you can do the legs in tabletop and do the side to side if you're not wanting to take your head off the ground. Last 6. Inhale, center, exhale. Top shoulder, top opposite hip. Last one on each side. Good. Bring that left knee in and extend it up for single straight leg stretch. So as you exhale and scissor through, imagine the inside of the thighs have to slide against the smooth polished surface. Exhale, 2 and 3. Again, if you're not wanting to lift the head, you would have the hands under the back of your pelvis, have the legs up and do your walking on the ceiling. And 6. Last 5. Keep the legs lengthening. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that left leg up, hold, hands behind the head, rotate, and keep going. So an alternative exercise to this would be perhaps just bring your feet on the ground, feet and knees together. Keep going, 6 more where you would be like this, and breath in, head to one side, knees to that, and then exhale. So finish that set of 6 if you're doing the other option. Option 2, a more intermediate level. When you've finished, join us for a more beginner's level. So the head can turn to the opposite side of the knees. You work from your waist down, so you keep your shoulders grounded. Inhale, the knees move to one side. You pause to breathe out, lift the pelvic floor, close the ribs to drag the pelvis back. So really feel the lower abdominals work. This way you're not having to take your feet off the ground, which might be more suitable if your back's a little bit sore. It's then not putting load on your back, which is what you would want to avoid if perhaps Pilates is new, you're still learning it, you're not wanting to, feel that there's any pain in the back. Or if you've got a little bit of a sore back, then you are wanting to avoid your legs up here, okay? So let's bring our knees into our chest, do 3 circles each way. Just massage your lower back into the ground. And then you have the option of doing the roll up. The roll up can be done with a TheraBand around your feet. And if you're not going to do the roll up, so again, that may not be suitable for you, could you then lie on your side like this? Set yourself up, hips and shoulders stacked. Your arm is in plumb line, your palm faces back, flex your feet. And when you exhale and engage your core, you're going to lift the legs, lengthen your top fingers away to bring that top shoulder down, and then just bring your head off your arm to reach through your crown. And then breathe into lower. And you can do, a set of 10 of those on each side. For those of us doing the roll up, lift the arms to the vertical, have your hands over your shoulders, but feel that your shoulder blades are connected into the ground. If you squeeze the heels together but have your feet apart, make a little Pilates V and start to feel the energy come up through your inner thighs. But you want that the still to have the wrap into the back of the leg. So that's going to be easier to find the wrap into the back of the legs by having a little bit of external rotation. So that's why we've got our feet in the V. So let's draw the ribs down, lengthen through the back of the neck and breathe in. And when we breathe out and the arms pull down, we soften our breastbone, lift our chest. Now really draw the back of the waist into the ground, look in towards your belly button, and then come back to the spine stretch we did earlier where we lift from underneath our ribs. And we imagine we have to lift ourselves up and over a little ball under our tummy. And when you breathe in, you grow tall. And then exhale, roll off the sit bones, as we did when we came from seated and we came down onto our back at the beginning of the class. When the arms come back here, you're wanting to keep your bottom rib on the mat, so you're not wanting to overarch here. Again, the arms pull forward as you exhale, and again, rolling up into spine stretch, breathing, grow tall, and rolling down, one bone at a time. Lengthen out, and continue to press your heels together, and wrap into the back legs, and then press your legs down into the ground so you avoid the legs or the one leg lifting up. So last 4, rolling down. Breath in and exhale, rolling up. Press into the ground to lift yourself up and over, so you're lifting out of the waist, grow tall. Keep the length as you roll back off the sit bones so you avoid your ribs dropping down into the pelvis. Softening the breastbone, curl, 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 curl. Pause at the top. We'll do one more. Pause on the way down. And you want to hold at your challenging point. Shoulders down. And we'll do our arm lifts. So as you breathe out, the arms lift. So the movement is from the shoulder. The rest of the body is being held. You're not moving anything else. 3 and 3 more. Exhale, scooping the belly back. Could leave the arms up. We're going to roll all the way down, and we'll pause on the way up and repeat that. So breathe out, roll up, and hold. Again at your challenging point. 6 more. Keep pressing the back of the legs in the ground, squeezing through the heels, wrapping into the back of the legs. Exhale, scoop back the belly. Last 3, keeping the shoulders away from the ears as the arms lift. 2, last 1. You could keep the arms up, and then we finish forward. Give yourself a forward bend stretch. As you breathe out, chest to thighs, elbows to the ground, let your head drop. Nice neural stretch. If you want it to avoid flexion, then you could just do a long spine. Make it like a V with your body, like that instead. Let's bring ourselves to our right side. So you can come onto your elbow. If you don't want to come on your elbow, lie all the way down. Have your legs bent at 45 and then check your hips and shoulders are stacked. Let's lengthen our top arm and leg away for our side leg kick and bring our head in line with our spine. So we have that diagonal line from tail to crown. Breathe in, lengthening the leg, keep it lengthening as it comes forward, and then flex and keep lengthening as it comes back. The arm is only moving as a counterbalance. So keep on thinking of lengthening the leg rather than how far, what range you're moving in. Pause when you bring that leg forward. If you want to add on, you're going to flex the foot. And now as you exhale, lift that hip. As you take the leg back, inhale, point forward, lower the hip, exhale, flex, lift the hip 2. That's it, and 3. You could even hold it up 2 more and sustain it. 1 more. Good. Hold the leg, bring the leg in line. Again, you could stay here or the hip is down for bicycle. Bend the knee in front, extend, sweep it back. Inhale, bend, extend 2. Exhale, lengthen. Keep reaching long, 3, as you breathe out. So the breath out is as you lengthen and sweep the leg back. Last 4, keeping the hip, knee and ankle in alignment. 3 to go. Last 2, close the ribs as you breathe out. 1 more, hold the knee in front. And then extend the leg back and back pedal. 8, exhale, and 3, and 4. 4 to go, so you want to reach and lengthen through the leg but also through the crown. Last 3, 2 more, eyes are ahead, last 1. And then lengthen the leg and bring it in line with the body. Keep reaching long through toes and crown, underneath waist lifting, and circle back, little ones. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other way, nice and small, like you're drilling out through your toe. And last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down, underneath knee in front. Other one behind into mermaid. Or you could come to high kneeling. Take your underneath arm, lifting it up and stretching out that side of the body, then the other side. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, side bend. Keep anchoring down through your grounding points. Breathing out, fanning your ribs to the ceiling. Work from your waist up. Last 1. Good. And then if you turn towards your back leg, bringing your opposite hand on top of the knee, the other hand behind, and then look over that shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out, press into the ground and look over. Come back around, hand behind and press up. Now, if you're not sitting in this position but in high kneeling, the alternative exercise would be just to lie on your tummy and bring your head onto your left hand, whilst taking hold of your right foot, and you could do a quad stretch. So 2 to go, press into the knees, press the hips forward. Last 1, lengthen that arm back and look back over your shoulder. Come over to your left side. If you are setting yourself up on your elbow, just check your underneath elbow and underneath hip are lined up. So you have your hips and shoulders square to the wall in front. Taking the top arm and leg, lengthening it away, lengthen through the crown. Keep lengthening through the leg as you inhale, bringing it forwards. Flex the foot, exhale, take it back. Breathe in, keep the leg lengthening, so not about how far it's moving, but the focus is on the lengthening and moving the leg from the hip. Pause as you come forward if you want to add on. Flexing the foot as you exhale, lift the hip by lifting the underneath waist. The leg goes back, lower the hip, point the toe as the leg comes forward. Exhale, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. You could hold yourself up here, 2 to go. Breathing out as you go back, close the ribs. One more, exhale. Bring your hand on your hip, bring the knee in front and extend the leg to bicycle and lengthen. You again have the option of having your hip on the ground or keeping it lifted. Exhale, 3. Check again the hip, knee and ankle stay in alignment. Last 4, keeping the underneath shoulder blade in the pocket. 3 to go, keep reaching long. Exhale, 2. And last 1 in this direction, holding the knee in front. Extend back, back pedal. Keep reaching long through the toes and crown as you breathe out. 3 and 4. Last 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Bring the leg in line with the body, lengthening through crown and toes, and in little circles back. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other way. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Nice work. Bring the underneath knee in front, other one behind or back to high kneeling, and inhale, underneath arm reaches up and stretch over. Inhale, exhale, stretch over. So lengthen up on your breath in, breath out, fan the ribs to the ceiling. Ground through the points of contact you have on the floor to lift out of your waist. Last one, back into the center. So again, if you're not sitting like this, you would lie on the ground on your tummy, and this time bring your head onto your right hand and take hold of your left ankle with your left hand to stretch the quad on the other side. Otherwise, we'll turn to the back knee and back foot, look over the shoulder, press into the ground to lengthen up to rotate, and then breathe in, come around to the other side, hand behind, pressing up and opening the hip. Inhale to rotate and exhale, press into the knees and lengthen that arm back. So you're always coming around to the side where the knee and the foot is in front. Take the gaze around to the back foot. Last one. Lengthening back, open up the front of the pelvis. Let's bring ourselves into our plank position, or you lie on your tummy. We'll lower down in our 3 steps that we've been doing. Reach through the heels and crown. Keep drawing up lower belly, ribs and tummy. And then if you press to that pinky side of the finger, lift out of the shoulders like we did in 4-point kneeling. Elbows are narrow, bend, hold, so not out to the sides. And again, bend, hold. So we're not dropping here, we keep lifting. And then we bend, hold, 3, 2, and 1. Come down with grace. Uncurl the toes, feet are hips distance apart, and then just set yourself up for your swan. Elbows reach back, crown reaches forward, so you lengthen your spine. Press the front of the pelvis and feet into the ground to breathe in, and then exhale, lengthen forward and up. Just do a baby swan, and then release down as you inhale. Breathe out, elbows reach back, crown reaches forward, so you lengthen forward and up with your gaze and chest, and then inhale to lower. So you could just do a baby swan. If it doesn't feel right with the hands there, why not try bringing your forearms on the ground and do your baby swan there. Making sure you're not feeling it hinge into the lower back. So you want to keep pressing your pelvis into the ground, tops of the feet into the ground, and lengthen forward, so you're lengthening your spine into extension. You're not shortening in the back of the waist. Otherwise, if you're staying with this option, you can move to your full swan. Breathe out, peel up, inhale, lift up the gaze and chest, and then exhale, resist as you come down, keeping the elbows narrow. At the bottom, lengthen on the breath in, and again breathe out. Peel back up to your crescent shape, not a C shape. And again, resist as you come down, thinking of brushing your elbows past your ribs. Breathing out, articulating your spine into extension, feeling the openness through the front of the hips, So you're working on your hip extension. And again, if you are not doing this option, and keep going if you are doing this option for another 5, you can do the option where the arms are on the ground in what I call the stick 'em up position. And when you breathe out, you do Sphinx and press and straighten the arms. As long as you don't feel it in the lower back, you do Swan here. Exhale, keep the lower belly lifted as you come down. So a couple of options. And of course, if it's too strong to straighten your arms, why not try bringing your hands further forwards? And perhaps that would be where it's more suitable for you to straighten your arms, so that you're modifying it to suit your body. So last 1 or 2, wherever you're up to. So again, still feeling that the pelvis is pressing into the ground and tops of the feet. But then when you get to the top here, we're not leaving the hips behind like they do in Cobra for yoga. Rest when you get to the bottom of the next one. Push yourself back to your rest position. Letting your back stretch the other way. So our last exercise for today is our dart. So when you lie yourself back down, again, feet are hips distance apart, arms by your sides, gaze down. So you want to find that length in the back of the neck and press the pelvis and tops of the feet in the ground. So now they're going to stay anchored down. Breathe in, breathe out to lengthen forward and up with the gaze and chest whilst the arms lift. Bring them alongside of the body in plumb line. So you're really lengthening the fingers away from the ears whilst the palms stay towards the ceiling, but you're widening across the front of the shoulders, feeling the shoulder blades slide over the back of the ribs into their pockets. Lower, relax and recover. Take a breath in. Breathing out. So the gaze is staying down, but not to the point that you're dropping your chin into your chest. So you will lift the gaze towards the top of your mat. Inhale to lower. Relax, recover. Exhale, think of length, not height. And at the top, you avoid the head, sort of like a flip top head. You avoid that real shortening in the back of the neck like that. So keep your chin tucked in enough just to hold like a peach. Lower, relax, recover. You could keep going with that option where you exhale and lengthen yourself to dart, fingers reach away from the shoulders, crown reaches forward, and then you could lower. Or you can hold and you can add on. Exhale, press up with the arms. You only move from the shoulder. Exhale, the tummy lifts, the pelvis and the tops of the feet press in the ground. Exhale, 3. Now 3 might be your number and you might rest. Otherwise you might keep going for another 7. So last 5, fingers keep reaching, or you could even lower your chest and just do the arms. So finish off your set of 10 here, resting at the bottom. So you're finding your number that suits you today. Start. Breath in and breath out, pressing the arms up. Exhale, lift the tummy, pressing pelvis and feet into the ground. 3. Lower if that's your number. Fingers continually reach from the ears. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower, relax, recover. Inhale. Last 2, lengthening through the crown, opening the collarbones and reaching the fingers from the ears. Exhale, press up. 3, 2, 1. Lower or continue. Last 5. Keep reaching the fingers. Pelvis and feet pressing into the ground as your base of support. Lower, last 1. Breath in. Breathe out, lifting the pelvic floor, tummy, and wrapping and squeezing the glutes into the back of the legs. Exhale. Imagine as you press up, your arms are pressing for resistance like water. 3 and lower if that's your number. Otherwise hold and continue. Or lower down and just do the arms. Last 3, 2, and 1. Rest in child pose. And thank you for joining me for our holiday class. See you soon.